to catch.
Trying to, that was a nice little pump
There's a little
fake
screen
to the a fullback screen. How often does that happen nowadays? A fullback.
Well, there aren't
screen.
many fullbacks left to
No,
screen to.
No, they're like. I mean, the run game in general. What's happened to the run game in the NFL? It's become gig economy work essentially, like where it's just like
Yeah.
a bunch of DoorDash drivers as your running back. We have 4 DoorDash drivers, and they all rush for 750 yards a year. And
when there's an exception like Joe Mixon or he really stands
Derrick
out.
Henry, Derrick Henry, like these style guys. But it's one of those things where you understand why it's phased out of the game, because it's very tough to commit to a running back, to draft a guy who was a productive running back in college, make him, there's a lot of mileage on these vehicles. You know what I mean? Like these are running backs are like European cars where they're really fucking cool until you have to take them to the mechanic, right? And they're really, really good. And even then you can like Mike Shanahan is the reason we don't have top dog running backs like we used to, bell cow running backs.
Right. He invented the running back by committee.
The undrafted free agent Terrell Davis that I turned into a Hall of Famer, which I think is a joke that he's a Hall of Famer. He had 2 really good seasons, and then
Mike Shanahan
migraines. Yeah,
basically invented running back trafficking. Where he would just hoard up the running backs and use them and exploit them. None of them would get enough stats to get a huge contract. He had a whole little operation there going.
It's an absolute offense to the family legacy that Kyle Shanahan doesn't have an obnoxious tan, George Hamilton.
Oh yeah, tan. Well, give him time.
He needs that leather skin, dude. That leather fucking skin.
He needs to find a really aggressive tanning bed that can give him a totally artificial tan at some point.
Yeah, they used to Olandis Geary. They had all these insane running backs that they'd get signed by another team and they'd disappear out of the league. But it only worked with Mike Shanahan, and it's like that's what you've seen now. The entire NFL has adopted that, which it's cost effective. I get it. It's cost effective. It's like Amazon. I think is really what it is. It's like Amazon, is not the most fun company, and that there's consequences for Amazon running shit. Like there's just consequences to like some of your favorite stores, and kind of kills just a lot of the shopping experience, and stuff. But at the end of the day, what's better? It's not good to pay a running back who's gonna get injured $60 million like the Cowboys do with Zeke Elliott right now. It handcuffs you. It's a salary cap.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that, I mean, obviously, quarterback is number 1, but running back is number 2. Like in terms of a star, in terms of a player that can define a franchise and that kids can grow up worshiping. I mean, it was Aikman and Emmitt Smith. It was like all
these guys.
Yeah, I mean, the running back is a personality, where in football a lot of times it's hard for personality to pop. From the helmets and like you don't really see people, but you have a star running back. I mean, you watch the Jim Brown tapes, and he's just mowing guys down on Bo Jackson in his brief time as a football player is nobody can forget watching him play. Obviously, Walter Payton is Chicago's folk hero of all time. Running backs are like the working class heroes of football. And so now you kind of lose that whole position as I mean, of course a few of them break through, but it's like you've taken away one of the 2 star positions basically in football. It's really hard to. Sometimes a receiver can be a star. Obviously we have star receivers, but that's about that's it. Those 3 positions. Everything else is you have to kind of be a nerd to appreciate the other positions.
True. And it's, I even want to say, does it live in, that's Tom Brady's best throw of the night, by the way.
That's a great throw by
Charles
Brady.
Woodson in coverage. He throws it to David Patton right over the middle, steps into it. The patented Brady over the middle, plant and drive, intermediate throw right on the money. Only his guy can get it. Woodson got absolutely smoked on that play. That's just something you didn't see very much back then. Maybe
you're slipping a lot on this snow. Yeah. I mean, the defenders actually have a harder time keeping their footing. than the
and that's
offensive
illegal to do
players.
to Brady now. What just happened right there? You're actually like, this is what Brady wasn't Brady yet, so you could hit him, but that became illegal fast on hitting Tom Brady after he threw the ball. But yeah, I think what running backs, I want to say that they're still alive in college, but I see that they're dying a slow death in college too. I'm seeing it. Nick Saban has about 2 or 3 running backs a year.
Hey guys, if you like what you see in the video and want to see more, go ahead and click the link in the description. That's patreon.com/thebackwall. Filthy Armenian and I are going to be doing lots of classic games. We'd love for you to join us. Again, that's patreon.com/thebackwall.